Hey everybody, Dr. Andy here from Chiropractic with another episode of the Wellness Lifestyle Connection. And today we're going to continue talking about ADD and ADHD, specifically though the chiropractic approach. Okay, so let's get to it. Alright, so what is the chiropractic approach? So in chiropractic, we understand that the spine is the general pathway which allows for communication between your brain and the body, right? And any kind of physical stresses, so things like birth trauma, frequent falls, as like a toddler is learning to walk, that kind of thing. Chemical stresses, things like medications, poor diet, food allergies, that kind of stuff. And then also emotional stresses, things like anxiety and like sleep problems and that kind of thing. They can all lead to spinal subluxations, right, or misalignments. And basically the subluxation is just an area where there is a dysfunction in the movement of the vertebrae. And when there is a dysfunction in that movement, it causes a disruption in the proper nervous system communication from brain to body, body back to brain. And this dysfunction or this change in kind of the level that your body can communicate with your brain, it really compromises the normal functioning of the nervous system and can negatively influence your overall health. And in the case of ADD and ADHD, it contributes to, well, actually not just in the case of ADD and ADHD, in pretty much all cases, it contributes to a state of sympathetic dominance, which is something, if you've listened to some of my other videos, we've talked about a bunch. Basically, that is having your fight or flight response, your stress response, kind of turned on all the time. So the gas pedal is just on, it's just going. And by correcting those subluxations, or by trying, what we're trying to do is when we adjust them, when we correct those subluxations, in the case of ADD and ADHD kids, it is very often upper cervical, so right at the base of the skull. What we're trying to do is restore balance to the nervous system so that we can try to begin to activate the parasympathetic response. So it's the opposite of the sympathetic. So it would be kind of like the brake pedal to that stress, that overstressed response, which, will kind of downregulate a lot of the, those symptoms of ADD and ADHD. So again, the difficulty paying attention, the fidgeting, having a short temper, a lot of those things, and not necessarily totally wipe them out and get rid of them, but will downregulate them to the point where they're very manageable without having to have any other kind of interventions. And then the other thing that we tend to do in chiropractic is try to be a good resource for other lifestyle modifications and other things that you can change to help support a healthy nervous system, and try to ramp up the parasympathetic response and put the brakes on the sympathetic response. And so some of those other lifestyle things we'll talk about in the next video. But until then, again, if you enjoyed this video, please comment, share, like it. If you have questions, send us a message, comment below, whatever. Call the office, stop in for an appointment, and we'll talk about it. Otherwise, have a great weekend, get out there, live life awesome, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.